Good morning, everybody. As you all know, I am the set decorator, the sound mixer, the on air person, and I'm the inquiring guest. Welcome to Lady Hippy. Hey, guys, at the bar, of course. Where else would I be? Retired's bad enough. We can go with the, we keep one in the house. I wish I'd have had this when I was 20. Oh, Ronnie, and again, it is for entertainment purposes only. So if you haven't seen me before, or if you're seeing me again, hit the like, hit the dislike. I'm begging everybody to give me an interaction. When I haven't gotten one, I come on really early. But if you can, like and hit the share, maybe, and tickle the button for me. Those subscriptions really help the channel, as we all say. I don't know for how much longer. And it's Woodstock. It's social Woodstock. I need to change my description. It used to say anything and everything, and then I had a go around with the webcam. One of my cats going by. The one that always gives me a lot of trouble, which would be our Pixie. Some people might wonder. I had mentioned that I had found a kitten strangling, cutting their leg off, so forth, in vinyl netting threads, and I didn't realize it even when I started to pick her up that she was tethered. And I also didn't realize, I knew she was badly wounded on her leg, up under her arm, leg, whichever. But my husband was trying to bandage her because I'm shaking, going, oh my, because I felt so guilty. In any event, he bandaged her. She's been here for I think since Sunday. In any event, about a week. And I have her what I call the NICU. It's the kitty ICU, and my fast walker just came out of it, and she was the one that was handed to my husband, who still had her umbilical cord, barely had her eyes, didn't have teeth, so she was very young. And she's off the bottle, and she's taking the big boys now, so I get to let her in and out of NICU. And we now have Steel. I call her Steel because she had to have a willful spirit of steel to gotten as far as she has. And it wasn't until I first picked her up inside to take her, show her where the potties were, because there's two for NICU. There's two. I know I've been in ICU, and I know how close that seems and how far away that seems. So I have two, kind of equally distanced. So if they're feeling better, they can go further. And I leave all the big boys out, so it's just me and the one in NICU. And I always have one in NICU somehow. I don't know why. And when I did take her, I found that I picked her up, and she was just a mass of fluids. And so I looked, and she she had been flayed by this. It was terrifically horrible. And I thought for sure she wasn't going to make even her legs, where she had tried to get free. Besides underneath the entire neck and chest was just wide open. And I've been doing the aloe. I've got all this other medicine. She's on prednisone, and she's a real fighter. So I've been calling her Miracle Steel. Can't seem to guess which one I'm going to go with, but she's doing great right now. Amen. She's one big scab, which is itching. So I have an anti-itch spray, microbial, for her. And again, if there's anyone in the Augusta area that sees me, throw in something on chat. I've got live chat going. You can come to my email, which if you need me to, throw it in the comments and I'll send you my email. Well, I'll send you the link anyway. I don't think you want all my email. I got like 9 grand in there just floating. Some of them are from my doctor. So yeah, that's enough about me. The cat lady's other patients very well. We'll go with that. So I did take some time off yesterday. I just didn't feel all that great. And Robert tells me, my husband, he tells me, well, all kinds of people have COVID-19 again. I was like, no, they don't. He's like, yeah, it's going around again. I'm like, what? What? But I haven't heard anything. And I searched the databases on National Health and Georgia Health, and God, those sites are boring. I am trying to be entertaining. I do not sing and dance anymore. I'm old, so get a grip. As far as Lady Hippie, I'm still the damn hippie, and if you can't take that, don't pop in. There's a lot of us hippies who have something to bloom and say, but what the hell is going on this planet lately? And most of it's orchestrated by us. Yes, I saw once again the young dependent of an army sergeant go through the PX and said to her husband, "Watch this." He said, "What?" She said, "I'm going to finally use the one in my hand and see if it works." I'm like, huh? What? And she goes in there to ringing her, and she goes over and puts her palm over it, like about this far. Ding, ding, ding. Hold on. And her soul. So, like, you just can't make this shit up. Your money's not worth spit, even if you have 50,000 under your mattress. At some point, they've already said they're going to go to electronic currency. Means they can just anytime they're pissed at you or they want a friend. Anybody ever see the movie The Net with Sandra Bullock? See the damn movie. They spotted that real back when it was just AOL and you got freaking mail. Now it's I actually saw it. You have to forgive me. I'm astonished sometimes by my own memories. I'm old. so, so another one where they're using their Amazon glasses to open this, do that. Really? I keep seeing these stupid ass commercials coming out going, you can control your refrigerator. Yeah, it's called opening the door and turning the fucking I have changed so much. And this next generation, not my, well, it would probably be my grandson's generation. He's 25, but my son's children's generation, like I say, he's 25, my granddaughter's 12. And, what the fuck? I have two Chromebooks. I used to have a laptop. Well, I still have one. It's okay. And 3 or 4 tablets. I have plenty of this stuff. Smartphones, all that. Remember, then it says printers. You very rarely print nowadays. I'm sure some people do. I used to be just the secretary at home, and lately I'm like, oh, screw it. Just mark that shit this year and throw it in a box. I didn't say file it. I just said throw it the hell in there. I got 10 years of that shit. I didn't need it yet. So, yeah, I do believe that generation is going to have a problem with the electronic currency and stuff. And I'm not kidding you. Your coins, even your pennies, not copper. Or it might be a tenth of copper. I don't know, but it's not. No, it's not like the money of your being yours. My Savannah cup. I loved that trip with my I'm hoping to make it with my granddaughter and my daughter. Last time we just the 2 girls with me and my daughter-in-law. She is a great tourist guide. Let me tell you, best ever. And she could park that car. Well, it's like an SUV. She could park that puppy where I couldn't even drive past. I know my limitations. So yeah. So now I'm seeing the mark of the beast actually a company itself already in play in the United States, in our army, or anyone. I suppose it's when I got a dependent. They have a choice, and they can do that. Now I'm sure it'll be just like the rest of us. It'll be expedited, and you don't have to look for your ID. You don't have to, but you don't now. I know they make a big show of it when they stop your car, but when they shot your license plate, they already knew. They knew when you shit last month. So I'm fidgeting. My glasses are bothering me. So yeah, I'm not liking what I'm seeing on that. And I just caught up to that in the news yesterday. I know why we savor these things, even though we're not supposed to be smoking. And for those of us who are around the bend, so to speak, you would recognize the George Burns type of thing, only as a lady with a cigarette. But he was the same way. He indulged every once in a while because his doctors all said don't smoke. Mine too, and I did smoke anything but a vape for 5 years, I think. So these are a nice little go to that my husband allows every once in a while, a few hits on. And generally, I'm up here doing that because it's, like I said, the freaking bar, man. I have so much to get done today. I know, the lady say, if we, I don't know about it. It's just me, or I'm married to a poor guy. He's a Virgo, and he used to be, everything in its place, just like me. And after the cancer, he still gives a shit, which is why he's always in the man cave. But then he snores really, really loud. We've actually had to go to separate bedrooms after 30 odd years of sleeping in the same one because I tried. I tried for like 3 years. It's like, you got to go somewhere. And I was going to take the guest room at that time. And he was like, no, 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 I'll do it. So he runs up and down the stairs a lot. If I'd have been doing that, they'd have already had to put me in one of the little chairs. Like George Burns, it's hell out there. We can't get out. We can't find the damn door. I don't know what the hell people are doing, but I don't like it. I don't like it. I see these things. I don't like it. And then again, when you're like 12 and you're a millennial, for me, that millennial means we came into a new century. I don't know what the hell they're talking about, so I'm just going to go that way, even though it's not 1,000 years, it feels like it. But you go, okay, yeah, what's going on in 2025? You're like, shut up. I'm never going to see that stuff. And now you see that stuff and you go, oh, shit. I'm not in control. My generation already screwed that shit up 3 ways from Sunday. And that depends on where your Sunday is. So the other thing I saw that it really bothered me a lot, it still does, the idea of lost 12 soldiers over the last day or two. I can't talk today. I don't know why. I have a scratchy throat. Don't say the words COVID to me. Just don't. I had that shit 6 months before they said it was out. And I was home alone for 5 days. I couldn't even keep down water. And I had all my animals to feed, which, as you know, that's, yeah. So you dry yourself back. I mean, I'm not a kind of person that sits in a bed for any amount of time. I have to be severely ill. And I was. And then when they said, like 6 months later, what it was and what it did, and I was like, that's what I had on Labor Day. So it can happen to you too. I think I said, check the net. Everybody seems to be so comfortable, just like me. You've got the plastic cards now that give you debit, credit, whatever. And somebody has sold my information, and I keep blocking it, and they get a new number. I mean, literally, there's 2 numbers that call, and they'll do this randomly all day. And I finally get in there enough time to stop it, block it, And within an hour and a half, then gone past that to another number. So finally, I was like, "There's no point in me doing it. Just keep calling. You'll get tired. I don't care." I generally don't answer the damn thing anyway. I'm not one of those who's doing it. The damn thing's a phone. It's a phone. I never wanted equipment at home. I was always doing this kind of work. And then the last 10, 15 years, I was doing IT, which in our day was, have you unplugged it and plugged it back in? I used to piss them off so bad. Have you tried to reboot? No, that's what I'm calling you about. Actually, we get a few that said, okay, wait a minute. Which I thought was hysterically funny by the 2000s, because like, where have you been through the whole century? And what did you do in the 90s? Sleep? I mean, but that was why I never wanted equipment. And it was back when you had the big ones, you had the tower, you had the big monitors. And my husband, of course, got me a printer, the old dot matrix, of course. Honey, I was out with carbon paper before Xerox even showed up. Just not mimeograph was, if you wanted to copy more than one, you had to type it up on a stylus or a stylus, and then put it around this drum, and then it went, and you crank it. You could throw you some copies out there. Carbon paper was so freaking much fun, let me tell you. And then they started changing shit. I had learned shorthand and everything, and I ran divisions, and I went to Europe. And when I came back to the States, I went to Washington, D.C., and was just gobsmacked by how different the equipment was. I was like, how long was that freaking flight? I mean, back then you could drink on a flight. You had to roll me out of a couple of those bitches, but I hated flying. I loved it, but I hated it. It's kind of like men. Yeah. Just, what you can do. So those of I'm going to have to throw this up today. Pick some up. What you doing? I'm going to throw it up today. Maybe I'm going to try. I said it, I would, but I went maybe right after cover those damn bases. I'm going to move today. I want to throw it on Facebook again. Hey, all of you, I keep getting friend requests and I keep taking them. I can't remember how many thousands I have. But hey, you guys, hit the button already. I know it's hard to catch it, but because it's live and live chat's enabled right now. However, probably picks them up. Do you want to be on camera? Oh, thank you. That worked. Now, mommy can't see herself. Yep. Oh, yeah. There we are again. And you know, I just love seeing myself. It's a thing. It's like an ego thing. I always want to be seen. I actually have people. Yeah, I do have some people. Yes, I do. I had a stiffener before I came up. My husband got me a bunch of Jello shots, so those are fun. In between laundry, sweeping, mopping, I can actually almost set up today. So it's like the judge, you know. You can just put the robe on. You're only going to see half. Still wearing pajamas. No, I'm kidding. Good though. Nobody would notice. I have nice silk pajamas. I tease. Trying to find my actual, not flashpoint, we'll put it that way. I saw that they bombed the crap out of Israel besides losing 12 soldiers. Um, and of course, the north is on fire in Lebanon. These guys came back to a wilderness, literally. There wasn't anything there. Now there's groves of olives, apples, oranges, figs, pomegranates, nuts, and so forth. That I mean, they turned it into an Eden. They really did. It's just almost as if you're reading the Bible instead of the New York headlines until they decided, okay, you can put that shit on air. I'm not going to print it. There's a lot of podcasters. I've seen that most podcasters, except Joe Rogan, he gets a really good guest. Like he's like Johnny Carson 2.0. He's funnier, but shut up. So I kind of do what I do, except you usually have a guest who's on the other side of the camera, uh, talking back and forth with you about something or some event. And I tend to say, okay, I'm going to put it on here, and if you guys like it, love it, tell me about it. We'll go with it for the next run. Just hit the comments, hit the live chat. Usually I'm between 10 and 12 this morning, almost early, and started at it, but you have to through everything around. So I need one of those green screens playing. Then I'd get mad because I could see an ocean view or some shit. I'm tired. I had wanted to go gym money one more time and stop at the casino in North Carolina and see the Cherokee Reservation area. I love getting my souvenirs in there. I bet they love it too because it's a lot of money. It's only my husband is crying about that one. Same with the rock band. You do not get to do that free. No, you pay them they've got buckets of stuff out, rocks and debris, and you pick that because they own that particular share. And that's what they can do to earn the money to keep looking, I suppose, into what's going on there. But we've been doing it for 30 years. I love it out there. And usually we go for our birthday's anniversary, which is the end of August. And I don't know about y'all, but North Carolina is the same as Georgia, pretty much, especially here where we live in Augusta. You could spit in South Carolina. I was going to Walmart when I first moved here, and Walmart is just one exit away, right? Well, I'm very bad at directions or remembering where I've been. And so this was 4 or 5 days into arriving. I went to go get stuff to outfit the kitchen again because of the color. And I wanted to change all that. So here I go. I'm zooming away. I have a Garmin because I'm always lost. And I used to have to go to the VA, which was 3 hours away from me. So my husband, after a while, got me a car because I was always going, "Where am I at?" I would do that, yes, and he would know. I know. So yeah, you would end up. That's how close it is. I drove to the Walmart one exit away, except I missed the exit, and I got the next exit, and found I was in South Carolina on the second exit, and you can see a huge Walmart. I can't make this shit up. I went to the Walmart while I was there. It was the first exit off of where you get into South Carolina. It was funny as shit. Maybe I'm the only one who sees the humor in that, but I still laugh about that stuff. Like I was so in shopping, fuck it. It's Walmart. I got to turn around anyway, go back. I don't want to come back, go over, come back. No, I just get this shit, go home. Even I knew at that point, you just get the, this highway number 20 and Interstate 20 and come back. So, but that's how close they are. So that's South Carolina. North Carolina, I thought would be right there too. I never understood the North Carolina, South Carolina part, still don't. And of course, it turns out it's not right there. South Carolina is, but North Carolina, you got to go 3 or 4 hours to get up there and then to wherever you're going in North Carolina. I was not happy to see that. I believe you have to go through Atlanta. I hate Atlanta at any time. 4 in the morning. It don't matter with Atlanta. I flew in and out of Atlanta a couple of times. Was not impressed. I gotta say, no, just not impressed. I see we're already 20 minutes into it. I called him, my husband. He's a him, and said, "Hey, I'm going on air," because usually he manages. We manage to work around that because he doesn't want to be on air. Nobody wants to be on now that I'm on. I think they thought I was kidding when I said I was going to do it. I'm not a quitter for one, and I think that it's something I'm fidgeting. I think it's something we should do because YouTube is free. It's a social media to reach out to each other. We don't have to listen to CNN, MSNBC, ABC, CBS. I would think they only needed one political channel 24/7, but they need five or six apparently. I love these commercials. You can hear them outside now. YouTube, when I started, did not have commercials. They didn't have them. Then they started out with 5 seconds. 5 seconds. Now they're 2 or 3 minutes. There's one that comes on. It's just Hispanic, a Spanish commercial. There's no English. There's no caption. There's just, and I'm like, okay, I understood that. Not sure why that's going on. It's not the language of the land. That's not supposed to be insulting to anyone. As it happens, I enjoy Spanish. I have a lot of Spanish friends. It's probably something we all say. So you can take umbrage if you'd like, but I'm also allowed to do what I want to do. And I really don't give a shit what people think as far as liking me goes. What the truth is and how you treat people, that's another thing entirely. And that's what I'm hoping we're going to do with social media. That we're going to reach out and we're going to say, what the hell? What do you mean there's a second death tax? Why did you militarize the IRS? Oh my God, Batman. I mean, riddle me that, Batman, for sure. And like I stated earlier, the chip is being put in dependents' hands of military personnel. They're dependents, apparently not the actual military personnel yet. I'm not sure why. It's usually the other way around. But it's like the Army to go past backwards. Yes, I'm an Army vet. Still love them. Still love them. I know they asked several times, what would I do if my country was invaded, like the Israelites were invaded, or the Israelis, however we're going to go with that. Um, Horrific what happened. Would we have gone to war? We wouldn't have freaking waited. There would have been no humanitarian fucking aid. We just would have. Now, they chased Saddam Hussein like a rat in a corridor until they got up with him and his had lice in his hair and everything. Had to hang the man. And yet, it was George Bush Jr.'s father, who was at the head of the CIA at the time, that put Saddam Hussein in power so that his son would make 2 terms and find a way, 9/11, 9/11, to attack and remove Saddam Hussein. Why we stayed there for 20 years, I don't know. Why it took everybody to go get this one dude, I don't know. Why were we in Afghanistan? I don't know. See what I'm saying? But they're going to give Israel crap and they're going to not stand with him. And why do they have so many terrorist countries sitting on the fucking UN anyway? How much you got to have to pay the UN to sit there? Oh, I don't know, but I imagine it'd be like Saudi Arabia, oil, all that. People get paid every week or whatever in Saudi Arabia. They don't work. That's how rich they are. And we're paying how much a barrel? Oh, yeah, we need alternate sources. That's not in question. The question is, why is the government allowing people like, I'll say companies, say the insurance companies? I never had a ticket in 30 years. They ain't giving up my money back. I'll bet you straight up that I ain't the only one. Are there any other, oh, they call us baby boomers, any other hippie/baby boomers out there that are going, hey, wait just a damn it? Yeah. This is why I didn't drive so long. I mean, it's like 35. Yeah, he made me drive when I was 35. He already gave me the car and everything. I mean, paid for it. You can't really argue the point then. So, yes. And even if we want to go 20 years, if you haven't had a ticket or an accident 20 years, and they've been getting 3,000 a year out of you, how come they don't give some of that shit back? The government makes you pay them. And so they go through the roof because they know that you got to have it. There's no, I'm ready to give up driving. I drive so little. And yet it is a luxury. It really is to be able to go, okay, my husband's busy or he don't feel good or whatever, and take the small car, and get things done. And as it is with Robert out, I usually just give him a list. Get all this Chevy right back. I think, and it didn't have working air conditioning. That's finally working. But again, it's time for all of us to stand up and say, I don't think a steak that has not been prepared, that you guys keep putting whatever in with preservatives and color, and the damn things from 3 months ago at China to boot. Why the hell am I paying $42.50 for a freaking steak? I can go to Logan's and get a steak for $26.95 and it's cooked. I don't have to dirty up my kitchen, stand there and do that. You don't have to fire up the grill. None of that shit. So no, we ain't gonna buy your steaks. There's all kinds of food you can eat besides meat. And they have gone so far out of control that whole companies and stuff have followed. Where is the government in this? They're there for our second death freaking tax. I love that. I would so love to deliver both of those. You dead. Now we're going to take more of your money. You dead. Let me get some more of your damn money. We dead. We're not making no money now. At what point does any generation stand up and say, hey, F you? Give me my damn money back. You didn't do shit with it. I want my insurance money. I want my Social Security, not voted by what you want me to have, but what I deem is necessary for me to have. Because you strange fucks keep raising the prices. And if you're on a restricted income or people want to put that, I call it restrictive because that's why Robert keeps running out the door to work somewhere because he wants more than what he has coming in. Although it's quite easily enough to take care of everything. He doesn't want to do that. I mean, I'm not going to argue with him. It's like, it's what you want to do. They made sure, he and my son made sure I had all the equipment I needed to do the broadcast, that I like doing the podcast. Again, I have live stream on this time period. I mean to change it, I think, because I go 10 to 12. If you subscribe, you'll know that I put one on. Or if you miss one, you just got to pull up Lady Hippy at the bar. You can find it. If you still want to comment, please do so. I'm sure I'll get a signal. I've had a few that was it was very new to me then. It's been almost 7 months. I started right at the 3rd of January so I could mark the time. Knowing me, I'll forget it was the 3rd. January. It's these. Robert's still fussing about me at the bar because I tend to get a stiffener. And I'm not a drinker per se, but I do like a good liqueur and a great scotch. And a great whiskey, really. So I might be a drinker, a little bit. But I like to get a stiffener before I come on. It's easier for me to try to converse about these things and current events that are going on. I would enjoy a lot more feedback than I'm getting. But again, I think it may be the time slot. And this morning, I did want to go with the really long one, but I'm long winded. That's just the way I am. It's an entertainment purpose. I'm going to be here all week. Oh, yeah, tomorrow's Friday. Well, we might. My mind's, brrr, but my vocal cords do not want to work that way. It's like, you're old. Please shut up. I would drop the videos and then speak about them. But I feel like I'm doing somebody else's work, you know. If I'm going to drop it, I've looked into it. And so far, I'm still not really, really comfortable with that. But if anybody wants something, either let me know and I can send you a string of where it's at, or I'll drop the video if you'd like. Everybody has the same technology at their fingertips, so it's kind of silly for me to. I feel, I like certain things, the paranormal, history, so forth, but to pick and choose from someone else's work to air and then speak of, I'm not comfortable with that. I tried it. I got a couple, lined them up, and I was like, I couldn't do it. Like this was a wall there. I don't know why. I see there's a lot of other podcasters who do just that, or like Joe or Shay Shay. They get really good guests. Love Cat Wave. Shout out to Cat. Come see me, Cat. Hit the like. I like him. Mm. Not supposed to be in the house doing this either. It's the only time I'm allowed, so I'm going to hit this before I get off air because I have tons to do, both inside and outside. No help whatsoever. It's always like that. I still haven't got the linen all back in the closet. It's like the thing exploded all over the house. My grandson's screaming, "You don't like people." He's right. I don't. For a good reason. Most people I've met just aren't worth knowing, really. There's a few. They know who they are. They do put up with a lot from me. At some rate, I'm probably going to piss somebody off here, besides the guys that have control. You know, they do take these things down occasionally, and I've seen a couple of mine go missing. So there was no adage on there saying, "I love this lamp." I keep saying that I want to end that lamp, chandelier, whatever y'all want to call it, bitch. I was trying to get a bar light that we can put there. Those things are expensive, so I've been kind of trying to deal with this while trying to deal with everything else. And being 60 something really catches up to you. I mean, the 50s, you're still pretty good. You're kind of knocking on 60. You hit 60 and there's a blam. It's, you get these little things that come up your head. Go try that, bitch. I dare you. So, yeah, walking in the heat. I haven't got my plants out of the greenhouse yet this year. With the heat the way it is, I faint. I've never been able to faint in my life. And now that I can, it pisses me off because I end up, if I faint outside, I'm just going to get a real good burn and maybe never wake up because I'm here most of the time by myself, especially during the day because Robert will go hang with the guys and find something to do. Today he was running a backhoe. I can't keep up. I actually added it to my address book and wrote down in there so people would know who to contact in case I don't get out. I feed the animals outside in the early afternoon, about 3 or 4, and they're starving every time, and it kills me because they've come out from shelter, and we had shelter for them until the kitten got entangled the way she did. So now I've got the two in NICU. I've got one, the gray ghost. He's upstairs, or she. I was thinking, hey, anaphylactic shock reactions, which we still can't figure out where it's from. Um, and downstairs, of course, is little Steel Miracle. I think that's what I call her, Steel. In any event, she's an amazing little kitten. She really is. No crying, no nothing, no fussing. Immediately learned where the litter box was. And now I have a pillow tip on my bed. It's a mattress, a pillow top. And I actually have to have a stool to get up in my bed. So it's very high. Now with Fast Walker, when she was in the NICU, I had made a ladder of pillows so she could just walk down the pillows and go to the bin. And before I could do that for a little Steel, she was already just jumping. And I thought, oh my God, because her leg was underneath in particular, severely wounded. So I ran around, and by then she had already made it to the potty and was going to the potty. Didn't have to teach her, but show her the one time. And then, of course, I built ladders on three corners of the bed. And when I go to sleep, usually my little Fast Walker will curl up behind me, and the kitten will curl up in front of me because the NICU downstairs is my bedroom. The NICU upstairs is pretty much Robert's domain. It's his man cave / everything. Because it's got a refrigerator, microwave. It's got a little apartment there. If I could throw a grill in there, I'd be happy. See, and now I can hear that. I've forgotten what I had this on, but just sitting here, I was like, "What is that noise?" And that's what they turn it way up now. They didn't do that before either. This is the other thing I jumped off of, but I'm sorry, I'm getting some notices here. Um, yeah, as long as we have Social Woodstock, we probably won't have it much longer. They already have a separate channel on YouTube that they want people to join for, I don't know, $7.95, $8.95 a month. I'm like, boy, they get you running. It's terrible. I grew up on free TV, guys. It might have been terrible TV to everybody else, but I thought it was pretty damn cool. It was the 60s / 70s. By the time the 70s, like mid 70s came around, I was off. I didn't watch TV literally until the late 90s. Every once in a while, I catch something, like Cheers or something. Yeah. It's like that at Walmart when I go in. It's like, hey, Wanda. It's like, shh. Where'd you get that dress? Where'd you get? I tend to be one of those. I was raised this way, but as well, but and the army and so forth that kind of honed that. I always tend to dress when I'm going out in public. Yeah, public being Walmart, anything. I see a lot of people with pajamas on. Get that. When I grow, no shirt, no shoes, no service. Now they come in thongs, and it's personal taste, I guess. You'd have to shoot me first. So, yeah, and I have a lot of clothes. Um, I did gain some weight, and we've kind of evened that out. So for the last, I'd say, year and a half, 2 years, about once a month, I'm buying something for that season because I'll get three of those, and I'll get. I need to check the bins of clothing. I could probably send some in there. It's probably an episode of Hoarders because now my husband, like I said, used to put stuff away. He don't no more. Yeah, he just makes a pile. But he's so busy, you can't pin him down. I have not yet returned the pictures to the walls. He did such a good job too. As you can see in the background, I still haven't painted my door. I told him I would paint the door. He's painted everything else, so I said I'll paint the door. You see, that's not getting done, and I'm at home. So it's not just him per se. He's doing a lot more than I am. I look at the weather for further out in the week because I'm going to want to go pick up things at least once a week. Everybody has to go to the stores. At least I do. It's not really blonde hair, guys. It's gray and more red. I'm totally United Kingdom, uh, Scottish, British, that kind of thing. We were the first slaves. They called us indentured servants. Isn't that a cute term? I'd like to know who decided that Black history was not racist. I haven't seen an Irish month or Chinese month or Native American month. Hmm. Food for thought. So, just saying, asking for a friend. Even I can hardly say that with a straight face. I did turn my internet down. They was wanting another 100 a month, so I'd have internet along with paying for the rental of their equipment to get said internet that I was paying for already. You just gotta love these guys. Direct TV, we had Direct TV for 10 or 11 years, and we moved twice. And then the third move, when we moved, and he called in to make sure he had the right stuff and give the address, we were then switched off and told no, they had to come out and coordinate it and put up new equipment. And it would be 600 some odd dollars. So we went to cable. We kept the dishes stuff for a little while because I really I missed it. But when I found out what they were doing, and it's like forget it. When we settled here in Augusta, my son, it says my son's and his wife's starter home. They had a 13-year-old. He has a son from another young lady, and his wife were expecting one, so that would have they would have had the two there. And this is a smaller house, a lot smaller. You could put this in their living room, I think. So they bought a brand new home. At that time, it was just barely getting off the ground. And I used to love going with my grandson, go take that exit and go to Walmart and eat at Arby's. And, he remembers that very fondly too. I enjoyed that. But nowadays, you're going to sit 15 hours just trying to get off the exit. I mean, people are over on the shoulder part because you can't get in there. At 5 o'clock, you might as well sit outside and turn your car off. You probably move an inch or two by 7. I don't go no more. And now it's like I said, it's this thriving little city, and they're continuing just like here to add stuff. And of course, all the highways were widened and all that. So we've been here a while, and yet we still can't really adjust. I haven't. I do like it here, but it's at the same time, things just like I said, everybody's just going up. And what George is doing with taxes is absolutely criminal. Speaking of criminal, if anybody hasn't checked out and they live in Georgia at all, or even if they don't, the Fannie Willis case at Fulton County, i.e., Georgia, Atlanta. Yeah. So it was Fannie Willis going to sue Trump first. And then, or now, it's young thug. And they showed the jewelry they'd stolen from this boy. And I say stolen because this Fannie Willis, this DA for the prosecution of Trump, spent lots of money taking holidays in the Bahamas and so forth. Her boyfriend of the time, who was married at that time with children, but they were paying him a lot of money. Now it started out $900 some odd $1,000. They reduced it. I think they're saying he made $80,000. The man was saying he had 100-hour days or something impossible. But it made the fan right up here. Gotta love this. It's another reason I say I hope we don't lose it, because it's actually keeping everybody informed of everything, including corruption. And Georgia's really, really corrupt. The DA is corrupt. The judges, there's two different cases, straight out of the DA's prosecution office of Fannie Willis. Nobody knows what she did with all the grant money. Nobody seems to understand that they're keeping this poor young thug, whatever his name really is, in jail. This has been going on for a couple of years. And then the judge goes to an ex parte meeting with the prosecution and a witness and does not bring the defense in, nor does he want the defense told. The defense was told, Brian Steele, maybe where I get Steele from. I've been watching this. It's a free for all. So he gets up and he says he wants to be included in this about this ex parte meeting because it was not given to the defense, only to the prosecution, nor did the defense know about it. They had just found out about it. And this judge went ballistic. I want to know who told you. I don't care what he told you. I just want to know who told you. You don't have to. Mm-hmm. And he would not let this go. And he flat out tells this attorney, and this is no young blood, I'll tell you now. This is a steel-haired young man here. He's got to be at least late 50s. And he tells him, I'm going to charge you with contempt if you don't tell me who told you about the meeting. And I thought this was so shocking. I was like, this is recusing him from the bench. It's mistrial. And it turns out even the regular people who have degrees as lawyers and become lawyers and judges don't agree with me. They agreed with me 100%. I thought this was an end to this problem on Young Thug. And again, it's taken over a year at least to get to this point. No. First off, he tells the attorney, you're going to jail for contempt, and I am not going to consider your motion for a recusal of my seat denied. So in comes, what's her name? The young lady who was also in the Fannie Willis case was the prosecution. No, I'm sorry, she was the defendant. Against Fannie Willis for all kinds of stuff, including what the whistleblower told the Congress that she stole several $1 million of packages that were supposed to be sent somewhere else, used in a different way. So she was fired. She blew the whistle. They went to court. Not a damn thing happened. Now you got the young thug. He's finally in court, up on the cameras, and this judge is having a meltdown. And the attorney is freaked out. I get the poor guy. He's like, this has never happened to me. First off, he wouldn't let him say anything. He just wouldn't let the man speak to defend his client. And it wasn't the prosecution that was saying, hold on, judge. It was the judge just going, excuse me. Yeah, we'll get back to you. You can talk in a minute. I was like, what the hell is going on? Fulton County is really what I should have. Yeah, so look into that. You will come out of that. If you do think that justice is equal in the United States or even in the state of Georgia, and you still think it's an equal justice, I will talk to you. I'm not from here, but I sure would like to talk to you. Where the hell did you come up with that prognosis? This is so in your face corrupt that the last case was held against Fannie Willis, the DA. She's running. This is an elected office, people, by the way, here in Georgia. I'm not sure how it works everywhere else because I don't do politics. But the broad's going to be, she's up for re-election. And the problem she's having, and the reason she was brought to court was not for spending millions of the people's money. No, it's because white men are institutionalizing her as something to that effect. She's played the race card again. Really? None of us recognize if you're purple, broad. We do recognize, however, somebody's testifying before Congress about how many millions you stole. She loved to buy swag and she loved trips. And don't you know the Bahamas is no light ass on a trip? There they go again. I told you they were calling you. They do that about twice an hour. They want to see if you'll be. Most people just grab their phones. Most people have their phones like this, though. And like my husband, he's got on his headset, he can ignore, so forth and so on, so he can just keep on going. I do not wear a headset or Bluetooth. I have 15. It drove me stupid. My car is a phone. If you ring me, it comes on in my car, which I think is cool. I call my car Kit after Knight Rider's car Kit because it was the computer Kit. It was pretty cool. I like that show. I didn't care for Baywatch. No. A little bit of it. The men I understand liked it. Again, wasn't watching TV. I just heard of the thing. I've seen a few commercials. You got bleached blonde bimbos juggling up and down the street, and they go save somebody as soon as they get that flotation device. Really? How much did they pay for those fun bags anyway? I mean, those were floaters. Actually, I thought these people were smart. Yeah, they were smart enough to take advantage of it. I give them that. I would go the other way. I could be wrong. Bring it. I love doing a debate. I love going back and forth and hearing both sides. I'm going to win. It's my show. I'm such a bitch. I see I've managed to keep y'all through about an hour since I didn't get on yesterday. Yeah, I am in a cloud, aren't I? I like it. It's a miserable cloud to sun, but I'm a hippie. You never know what that cloud is. Just don't know. It's legal everywhere anyway. I do need to go to Florida, but those damn hurricanes, we got a brother-in-law, my husband's brother's down there. I keep asking if how many times they've had to skit to avoid all that. They keep the kit bag ready and stuff. No, I don't want to live like that. You have to get rid of personal things because it's going to take all the shit out. You just have some furniture from, room to go. Room to go. Okay. That was pretty funny. I mentioned my husband will be here shortly. He brought barbecue home yesterday and a pizza the night before. I'm curious to see what he'll bring in today. I'm trying to clean the entire house that's like 900 square feet or maybe more, maybe to 1,200. I don't know. It's like a hit and miss for me lately. It never was before. I can see where Robert goes, I'll use that later. And I've been doing it too. And I'm not as busy as he is, other than this. And I enjoy this, as everybody can tell. I enjoy this. Again, you guys, hit the button if you've seen me. Throw a like in there. Won't kill you. Come on, you can do that for anything. Oh, y'all got your phones out, no way. Support an old lady. Hey, rest of you guys, baby boomers, hippies, line up and hit the buttons. I know I'm entertaining. I know you missed me yesterday, see there? I can tell. I pretty much can hit current events, both international and national, or for me, statewide. Yeah, don't you know all of us are signing up to go to court in Fulton County? You're gonna be court costs. You're gonna be all that because you're gonna lose. They win everything. They all the way up to the governor. This is going on, the young thug one. And again, I mentioned the jewelry because I bet you that jewelry is gone, which is why they're keeping that boy in jail still. I've never heard of in jail other than here in jail until proven innocent. You're supposed to be innocent until proven guilty. And yet they say this, but you're all in jail until you prove you're innocent. So, I'm not sure how that works. I mean, we all have a law library at our fingertips, and I can't figure out how they make that. It's not, I don't know where the justice system went wrong at, but they sure as hell took a far left. I don't know what the hell they did to get there, or even if they know they're there. The DA is dirty as Willis is running again. That's some chutzpah there now. Look up chutzpah. She's doing it. I mean, that's some cojones. I don't care what anybody says. You got to be something else to go up there after everybody know you dirty. Everybody knows these two judges are dirty. They've actually had another person come in to help the attorney, the defense attorney, Brian Steele, to deal with the contempt charge. The judge that gave it to him didn't know if he was giving him the civil contempt or the criminal contempt. They're two different things. So look that up or just listen to one of the guys on it. You'll understand all that. I can't be read to, and I read too fast for these people who are speaking to keep up. So it's annoying to me. I turn that off and I go through it. So I just read the paperwork myself. And it's so illegal that this other woman who's actually got, they have elected this person to the office, this young lady holds, I guess, president. And it's explicitly for attorneys who are being held in contempt by either civil or criminal means of contempt. And the judge couldn't figure out which one he wanted to Brian Steele to be assigned as. He finally ends up with 20 days that he's giving this attorney, 20 days in contempt, because the attorney won't tell him who told him that they had this meeting with a defense or with a prosecution. What you call? I can't think of the thing now. There's the witness. You'd think I would get that. In any event, yeah. So he's not going to tell who told him that this ex parte is, of course, done illegally as well. You're not supposed to do this. For those of us who don't know, I've learned, and I knew that it was good. It's 10 seconds. I said, that's a mistrial. He has to be recused. I actually had to do that one time, and that's another story. Yeah, I am not nice sometimes. And yet they have an actual office that this woman holds, besides her own business as an attorney, that she heads to come to the aid of attorneys who are being held in contempt of court. What? What? It's just criminal, and it's not supposed to be the attorney who should be in jail. This is this is the judge who is so dirty. The DA is so dirty, and it's got to go right on up to the Supreme Court, the Georgia Supreme Court, and the governor involved. This smells wrong all the way past the top. I mean, it's just bad. So I'd like to hear from anyone who thinks that this could be justice in any way in this state. I don't trust it for nothing now. Uh-oh. I've got another one that's getting tired over here. Well, I'm going to have to go. I know my husband said he'd be here by now, but he's not. He does that all the time. It's a Robert 5 minutes. An hour later, you're like, he'll be alive. I see I'm just about to wipe myself out without even saying anything. Guys, come see me while we can do it. It's still Social Woodstock. I do probably need to put that in there. So right now it's either anything and everything or anything. Because I really will talk about all of that stuff. It doesn't matter to me what it is. I love those kind of conversations. Religious, it doesn't matter. Just pop on in here and say hi. And we will converse and get some more people in and find out what's going on with a question or two. Yeah, I love doing that. I just love the 21st century. I really do. It's kind of cool. And my stiffeners help out a lot. So toodles, guys.